giving me an opportunity to moderate this very interesting panel, which will be all about AI in drone, geospatial, and space sector. So since yesterday, we are listening so many discussions where we see that how this AI is making a stride across all the sectors. First of all, I'm very happy that at least geospatial is recognized as a separate sector now, because we are struggling hard since years to consider this as a separate sector. Although it is multidisciplinary in nature and it has been integrated across, or I may say that is considered as one of the very strongest tool across various sectors. But it took years for us to come from an elective subject to a core subject, and now as a separate sector. Before I actually, when I say that AI, so artificial intelligence, where we are talking about neural networks, we're talking about ANN and so many stuffs. Being a geospatial person for over 15 years, last 15 years, I would say that AI is nothing new for remote sensing. Aren't we doing supervised and unsupervised classification since ages now? Of course, with the advancements in the technology, we have moved far beyond now. We are talking about predictions. And now in this specific sector, we are using AI for automating the satellite data analysis, or I must say that we are using it upstream in space. We are using it for mission plannings. And of course, in drone, you just heard one example from Karthik just before this. So AI, no doubt, is moving forward, making a huge impact. Today in this panel, we have a mixed blend of government, academia, private sector coming together and bringing their expertise that how we are integrating this into this specific sector. So before I ask my panelists to give their opening remarks, I just want to brief a little bit about what Center for Applied Geomatics at CEPT Research and Development Foundation we are doing in GeoAI. We call it as Geospatial AI, GeoAI, which is a new trend, or which we say as a new technology in this domain right now. So most of you must be aware that CEPT University is known for urban planning, architecture, and design. So we have Center of Excellence from Government of India, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs for next 25 years for urban planning and design. And we are also recognized research institute by Union Ministry. So through Center for Applied Geomatics of CEPT University, we are leveraging geospatial and AI techniques together for various sectors. Even the sectors like heritage and heritage site or monument monitoring, or facility mapping for a tribal development sector. So we are even reaching out to the sectors which are yet not recognized, well recognized, or even they do not know that what wonder the geospatial technology or the AI can bring to them. So we are primarily working with delivering end-to-end solutions to them. And some of the key initiatives are, along with Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, we are supporting urban planners towards sustainable urban development by developing by using the technologies, geospatial and AI technologies for identification of urban heat islands across the nation to support them. Then we are integrating AI models for transport planning. And of course, many other sectors. So with this, I would like to introduce my panelists first. So we have Mr. Karthik Bansal, who is the CEO and Head of Engineering at CAW Technologies, and I would like to request him to please open the session with an opening remark, a 2 minutes opening remark, please.
Thank you for having me here. I'm the CEO of CAW. We are a very enterprise-focused company, which is our core expertise lies in integrating AI into industry workflows and legacy systems without infrastructure overhaul. Since you mentioned geospatial, so the cost of launching satellites has come down drastically in the last few years. Both government and enterprises are launching satellites almost every month, which has resulted into a lot of data being captured, which was not available earlier, and all that data is being transmitted back to Earth. Without computer vision, without AI algorithms, it's almost impossible to process this data. Your traditional programming models cannot interpret this data and make any decisions out of it. At the same time, the hardware cost of processing this data, the inference cost of driving intelligence out of it has also come down. So I think we are at the right moment where new ideas, problems that were unsolved before could be now, we could come up with interesting creative solutions out of it. And in the next 3 years, we are going to see a lot of change in how we interact with systems. How, say, things like urban planning, disaster management, you could even, it has a lot of implications in agriculture. You can actually visualize and predict the yield of your agriculture fields from just analyzing satellite data. So yeah, I mean, we are in a very exciting times, and these discussions, these sessions will only help all of us move towards that direction.
Thank you, Karthik. So I completely agree with you that data everywhere, but data is nothing unless you are able to drive the insight out of data and try to convert it into some sort of intelligence. And when here we are talking about sectors and our grassroots people of various sectors, they are the layman language who do not understand the language of data. They need solution out of this data. So I'll come back to you because even the data, how accurate the data is for deriving an AI-based solution also matters. So I'll just come back to you on this. Now I would like to request Dr. Joesh Bakshi, the Additional Director General of Geological Survey of India, to please give your opening remarks on the topic.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you. I thank the organizers for inviting GSI for this AI conference. I am an outlier in a sense that amongst all the organizations here, we are the oldest. In fact, we are celebrating our 175th year of our existence. I think one of the second oldest organization in this country after Survey of India. So in that sense, I'm an outlier. And as Dr. Shivangi just now said, AI in some sense is not very new. We have been doing supervised and unsupervised classification, I think at least 32 years back when I was a student, we were doing it then. So in that sense, that part of AI is not new, but there is many, many things which are new. So we have GSI, Geological Survey of India, does lots of mapping, and also does one of the main focus is mineral exploration, that is targeting minerals. Whatever we see around us, is based on some mineral or the other, and you have some amount of GSI in everything you do, everything you see around you. So in that sense, we are targeting mineral deposits is a critical exercise which everywhere in the world, everyone does it, and GSI specializes in that. We have been targeting deposit using conventional methods, using statistical method, multivariate statistical method. We have been doing it through computers. We have been analyzing our data, so we cannot say that this data cannot be analyzed by any other means by AI, except AI. That's not true. We have been analyzing our data, but the volume of data has become so huge. We have got geological maps, spatial geological maps, remote sensing data of various bands. We have hyperspectral data of about 200 bands. We have geochemical data, we have geophysical data of various hues, which total comes to about some few terabytes of data. So when you need to analyze that, it's a bit difficult without AI. So there AI comes in, and it is slowly emerging throughout the world, everywhere. Almost all organizations, all survey organizations, all countries are using AI to their maximum for data analysis and targeting deposits. Besides that plain survey. For surveying, we had initial days plain table and then theodolites and then total station. Now we are using more and more of drone. Drone surveys are faster, much more easier in inaccessible terrains, much more safer for our surveyors, and we are using it more and more. And then data acquisition as well. Magnetic data acquisition. Geophysical data, we have magnetic data. Susceptibility of specific rock is different. So the magnetic data gives you lots of signatures. So initial days we used to do it through our handheld magnetometer. We still do with handheld magnetometers. But now we are more and more using drone-based magnetometers. And that data, which is in huge amount, is in few terabytes, we use it straight away in our systems for using through AI. So AI is emerging more and more and more in our mineral exploration activities, in our mapping activities, and also drone-based data acquisition, everything. Everything is increasing more and more, not only in India, but all over the world. And there are many claims in the world for deposit discoveries using AI, but still there are still claims, as I know. But these are interesting days, as Mr. Bansal said, very interesting days, and the right time to be here. I was expecting in the exhibition there will be many exhibits which will have impact on our field of activity, except one. I did not find many, but we had a hackathon. Hackathon is that we gave one area with all kinds of data, gave it away to people, and then said, okay, any startup, anyone, please come and give us some targets. First hackathon number 1, that was last year, there were 15 groups of people who actually participated, out of which 7 or 8 of them were startups. This year, Hackathon 2, there are 123 registrations till now. So you see the curve is not linear, it is just jumping, it is exponential curve. So AI is increasing day by day, and AI in mineral exploration is exciting field, and we expect, deep-seated deposits, concealed and deep-seated deposits which are there 300 meters down, is very difficult to model with the kind of data we have. We require huge amount of data of various kinds. There, AI comes a very important place, and all the deep-seated deposits, targeting those, AI has become essential. So we can go on as I can go on and on about AI in GSI, so I need to stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So first of all, sir, you are not an outlier. You are one of the very important part of this industry because you are a user. And we all the entire industry revolve around the users, and we need more users. And as you said that, yes, right now we have shifted from satellite data to drone data as one of the data collection strategy. And all the national level programs, including the recently launched Naksha program of Department of Land Resources, they are actually depending completely on drones, and because it's a huge data, you are collecting the drone data of the entire nation, so it is not possible to do the manual object identification or parcel identification there. So we have to go for GeoAI, and that's a need. So it's a mandate right now, and it's there as a part of their SOPs. So I'm really happy to see that Survey of India and Department of Land Resources are taking these kind of initiatives and bringing these technology in documentation right now. So the official documentation of Naksha states that we need the parcel identification to be done through GeoAI techniques. So now moving forward, I would like to request Professor Dr. Seema Mehra Parihar, Fellow and the Institute of Eminence, Faculty, University of Delhi, to please give your opening remarks on the topic. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Dr. Shivangi, and Karthik, and Joesh, and also Bharti, and of course Shikha, who's invited me. He was saying outlier. I definitely would like to say, I definitely feel as if, I don't know why am I here. Because, when it comes to a teacher, do I represent a teaching community? In case, I just thought when I got this that I'll be speaking, I'll be invited, or I am invited for this forum. I thought, is AI and drone technology, is it there? Or it's just there, just for the sake of it, and we do not have it in our curriculum? I did a survey of around 1,000 people, and somewhere along the line, I found that, yes, we're there ornamentally. To introduce myself, in 1990, I went to IRS Dehradun to do that course. Then I went to ITC Netherlands to do a postdoc in geoinformatics. And from there onwards, I've used this technology, geospatial technology, and they reminded me of unsupervised, supervised classification, data transformation, capturing data, and so on and so forth, high resolution data. But having said that, Today we have a new education policy. Definitely we all are wanting, and these are all hype words.
As one of the data collection strategy, and all the national level programs, including the recently launched Naksha program of Department of Land Resources, they are actually depending on completely on drones, and because it's a huge data, you're collecting the drone data of the entire nation, so it is not possible to do the manual object identification or parcel identification there. So we have to go for GeoAI, and that's a need. So it's a mandate right now, and it's there as a part of their SOPs. So I'm really happy to see that Survey of India and Department of Land Resources are taking these kind of initiatives and bringing these technology in documentation right now. So the official documentation of Naksha states that we need the parcel identification to be done through GeoAI techniques. So now moving forward, I would like to request Professor Dr. Seema Mehra Parihar, Fellow and the Institute of Eminence, Faculty, University of Delhi, to please give your opening remarks on the topic. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Dr. Shivangi, and Karthik, and Joesh, and also Bharti, and of course Shikha, who's invited me. He was saying outlier. I definitely would like to say, I definitely feel as if, I don't know why am I here. Because, when it comes to a teacher, do I represent a teaching community? In case, I just thought when I got this that I'll be speaking, I'll be invited, or I am invited for this forum. I thought, is AI and drone technology, is it there? Or it's just there, just for the sake of it, and we do not have it in our curriculum? I did a survey of around 1,000 people, and somewhere along the line, I found that, yes, we're there ornamentally. To introduce myself, in 1990, I went to IRS Dehradun to do that course. Then I went to ITC Netherlands to do a postdoc in geoinformatics. And from there onwards, I've used this technology, geospatial technology, and they reminded me of unsupervised, supervised classification, data transformation, capturing data, and so on and so forth, high resolution data. But having said that, today we have a new education policy. Definitely we all are wanting, and these are all hype words, even for researchers like me. If I want to get a patent, if I want to get my paper published, or if I want to get, now when she was introducing me, Shikha, she said, I made 4 atlases, gender atlases, 2 for Ministry of Women and Child, and 1 more for Ministry of Science and Technology. And now they've given me recently, where I'm using all this data and information to disseminate and utilize my gender atlas of India in 6 zones of India. One of the atlases was launched by President of India, another was recently by Minister of Science and Technology, and now I'm disseminating. My key question is, he was happy, he was saying we are there, finally we are using it, and we are actually using it. On paper, if I want to say, maybe when a NAC would come to my college, or when NIRF ranking, I would like to have it, or when a researcher would like to have it, and we have enough data and all that, I would say missing artificial intelligence and drone mapping, and actually presence of this in higher education is still missing. Till now, I was only saying that missing gender disaggregated data. Today, I'll say to showcase that so many students are benefiting from this particular domain is definitely there in 2025. But I am actually equally excited, maybe more excited like a teacher, that in the days to come, we'll have it. So, but when I was asking, when I was doing this survey, I'll come out sometime later, I would just like to say, surprisingly, is younger generation excited about using it or not? There's a difference between younger generation and the elder generation. For elder generation, people like me, of course, I'm a teacher, I'm a researcher, at the same time, I'm, you can say, a senior citizen also. For a person like me and for similar people like me, they all are still skeptic about it. All of you, the ones who are sitting here, you have actually to tell them that please make use of it. It's not something that aap chori kar rahe hain. It's not something that you're finding an easy way of doing it. It's something you're actually making a meaningful contribution if you're going to use it. In a meaningful way, well-crafted way, and with a nice mindset, and actually a problem-solving domain. I was so happy when Karthik was showing that, this is something, this is there, and someone asked the question to him that, are you actually using it, and how much is the cost and all that? He said, in the years to come, the cost would come down. My question is, of course, the cost is going to come. If you look at the labs which are there in the world over, you also have pallet labs, you have, I can go on and on with the list of so many labs which are actually there. But my sad part, which always has been in the geospatial case, all those the ones who have seen me, is the one that, like, you know, I mean, when it comes to a conference, I initially thought I'll show you a presentation, glamorous presentation, showcasing this is what I'm doing, but actually this is not glamorous. We are just missing onto this technology. And my humble request to each one of you, the one who's there, please find ways of piercing in the neighborhood school, because this is happening. ISRO is doing wonderful work. DRDO programs are there. There are drone DD projects. There's so many projects, again, as pilots. Whenever we have presentations in high conferences, we see lovely, lovely presentation. And now today, even I have learned, like, you know, one day what happened, I saw someone, a student who is not even knowing how to express himself or herself. Next day, he's giving me a lovely article. And I said, how are you doing it? Then he said, no, of course, it's ChatGPT. And then I said, how do you do it? Like, you know, I mean, you're telling me the plagiarism. He said, ma'am, there's a way to overcome that also. I said, what is that? Ma'am, I'll show you a humanized AI platform where you can, you know, you also do downplay. And then he demonstrated. And ma'am, if you want to make a PPT, it's just a 2-minute job. And ma'am, if you do, and then of course, I said, how can I be left behind? So I thought I joined all those courses which are there online. I've done all AI prompt, how to give, and then how to do this thing and all that, and I did it. Then I now play with my students. So having said that, there are still miles to go. Beautiful examples of lab in Harvard, Stanford University, Cornell University, the way IRS and the way the courses are happening, the way competitions are happening. There's such an exciting graph, like, you know, from that number, but we are talking about the billion population also, which we are targeting. Disasters are increasing, climate change is actually happening. As somebody from a geospatial sector, I know this is it. But another thing, but what I'm exciting, just 2 more minutes, what I'm exciting is, yes, sitting here, we have 3 women here and 2 men. But out here in the AI sector, we are finding women presence. Though Economic Forum give me data that there are still 24% women who are there, and there are only 15% women who are there in the education sector. But in India, if I look at it, it's less than 1%. Even in the hall, I was just calculating, don't look at the stage. We are less than 10% of the presence of women. So women definitely, but we have beautiful lists of women who are contributing. Let it be Swati, Taylor, Anuja, there are so many people who are doing it, and that's the reason the one Shivangi is the one who's hosting it. But my take is, this is one tool and technology where penetration can actually be inclusive. Diversity, inclusive, and all those things are not only ornamental words. This technology can actually make a difference. And I was associated with a project where we're training drones on how to women, how to make use of them. It's happening. And this is not something, and this younger generation is very smart. We are the ones who look into the how to do it, one, and then second, and third. The younger generation would read straight away. You just tell them, tuck, 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 tuck. They can do it. But we have definitely to make correct curriculum. We have to have nice intention. And in case if we have hand-holding by the ones who are sitting here, we are not away in making a difference and making good AI footprints in academia. And ultimately, why is academic society there? Or why do we have academics? Why do we have classes? Why do we have curriculum? Because we want to improve the condition of all those bad things, vulnerable things which are happening in the society. All of you, we really need you to support this. And please train people on not to learn the shortcuts, but also to learn the in-depth, you know, in the in-depth way also. But I'm very optimistic, and I'm very sure that in the days to come, we will also have presence of all this technology in the labs in India, in Delhi University, in all those central universities, not only in professional colleges. But I'm definitely thankful to IITs and IIT Hyderabad and so many DRDO fledged departments and so many other organizations who are doing very good work in technology. But please also remember, of course, I'll get more deep into that later. Please also remember, AI is incomplete if you do not add social science parameter to it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Seema. So yeah, even I am optimistic because I started my talk with this, that geospatial in our times was an elective subject. When I was doing my BTech in civil engineering, geospatial, we call it as GIS and remote sensing. It was an elective subject. It is not.
Airtel, helping them plot their entire network and inventory on those GIS maps. And those days, the only way to get a digital map was a GIS map. Nowadays, you can get a Google map and you can plot the inventories, you have those Google satellite images coming. You could have plotted it. Now the technology has moved. And then there is AI, which was always there, but we were not using it because the compute power was not there. Now your mobile phone has a compute power. So I think seeing the evolution of how now NESCOM has a large deep tech club where we are hosting a lot of organizations which are working on AI, analytics, drone technologies, AIX, audio video areas like the one Karthik has, and I'll not be surprised if he's already a member of that club. But there is a very vibrant ecosystem in India that we have. I think these days one video which is circulating very well is a video of Mr. Piyush Goyal, where he's criticizing Indian startups and he's saying like Chinese startups are doing very well. तो simple सी बात है, जो बिकता है वही बनता है, right? And also the good part is Indian startups are making it for India because Indian people need it. We are not like Chinese who are making it for some other country. मतलब अमेरिका ने लेना बंद कर दिया तो उनका बैंड बच जाएगा, हमारा नहीं होगा. वी आर स्टिल अ वाइब्रेंट इकोनॉमी, वी आर स्टिल हैविंग अ लॉट ऑफ कंजम्पशन. बट आई थिंक AI, ड्रोन एंड ऑल दी स्टार्टअप्स दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, मतलब मिस्टर पीयूष गोयल को एक बार आके देखना चाहिए कि भाई कुछ तो हम भी कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, खाली नहीं बैठे, कुछ तो कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो दैट इज प्रोबेबली आवर आंसर टू हाउ वी आर क्रिएटिंग द वैल्यू. ड्रोन बना के क्या होगा? ड्रोन बनाने से कोई वैल्यू नहीं आ रही है. एयरटेल, helping them plot their entire network and inventory on those GIS maps. And those days, the only way to get a digital map was a GIS map. Nowadays, you can get a Google map and you can plot the inventories, you have those Google satellite images coming. You could have plotted it. Now the technology has moved. And then there is AI, which was always there, but we were not using it because the compute power was not there. Now your mobile phone has a compute power. So I think seeing the evolution of how now NESCOM has a large deep tech club where we are hosting a lot of organizations which are working on AI, analytics, drone technologies, AIX, audio video areas like the one Karthik has, and I'll not be surprised if he's already a member of that club. But there is a very vibrant ecosystem in India that we have. I think these days one video which is circulating very well is a video of Mr. Piyush Goyal, where he's criticizing Indian startups and he's saying like Chinese startups are doing very well. तो simple सी बात है, जो बिकता है वही बनता है, right? And also the good part is Indian startups are making it for India because Indian people need it. We are not like Chinese who are making it for some other country. मतलब अमेरिका ने लेना बंद कर दिया तो उनका बैंड बच जाएगा, हमारा नहीं होगा. वी आर स्टिल अ वाइब्रेंट इकोनॉमी, वी आर स्टिल हैविंग अ लॉट ऑफ कंजम्पशन. बट आई थिंक AI, ड्रोन एंड ऑल दी स्टार्टअप्स दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, मतलब मिस्टर पीयूष गोयल को एक बार आके देखना चाहिए कि भाई कुछ तो हम भी कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, खाली नहीं बैठे, कुछ तो कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो दैट इज प्रोबेबली आवर आंसर टू हाउ वी आर क्रिएटिंग द वैल्यू. ड्रोन बना के क्या होगा? ड्रोन बनाने से कोई वैल्यू नहीं आ रही है. वैल्यू is when Mr. Karthik Bansal creates an application that can scan the entire inventory of coal, that can help an organization scan with a recent earthquake in Thailand and Myanmar, when an application can tell where the people are, how to rescue the people, how much is the things happening, for how many people do you need to send the things. When my client, Audi, it can use a drone to scan the entire inventory, okay, entire inventory, entire barcodes, and say that, okay, end of the day, I have this much, I have so many orders in production, so I need to order this much. Unless we have those applications, pure hardware is completely useless. And we are doing it with core technologies like AI. But that is really an exciting world to be in. Discussing the use cases of drone technologies, AI technologies, and digital mapping is what I would call, not just GIS. Geospatial is not the word that I'll be using. So I am on one of the programs in IISc where we are working on space tech. And every time we are discussing space tech, one discussion that invariably happens, that if it can be done by drones, don't waste your time on it. That's not what space tech requires. Drones are becoming far and far more advanced. Their coverage is better, their lifestyle is better, maneuverability is better, agility is better. So advancements in space tech, advancements in drone, advancements in digital mapping, advancement in geospatial technologies, all is coming together to create some very exciting use cases that are making your iPhone cheaper, that are making your car cheaper, that is making sure that you have the crop data already available in advance, so that they know how many cotton shirts and how many cotton dresses can be made available in India in the coming year, in the coming season, right? This is how many cold drinks need to be sold. This is what we are looking forward to. This is what we are providing the people with. This is what is exciting. It is today all about making the lives of the 8 billion people on the earth easier. Earth is not producing enough for the 8 billion people. So what we have to do is we have to optimize every single thing that we have, every single resource that we have. And that is what we are doing with these advancements.
थैंक यू भारती. तो भारती, आपने खुद ही बता दिया कि आप यहाँ क्यों हैं. मैम रिसर्च कर सकती हैं, मैं और कार्तिक सोल्यूशन बना सकते हैं, लेकिन सोल्यूशन यूज़ तो आप ही लोग को करना है. एंड कार्तिक कैन टेल यू दैट हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज़ टू कन्विंस द यूजर्स कि ओके फाइन, दिस सोल्यूशन कैन बेनिफिट यू. यू विल गेट ऑल काइंड ऑफ क्रॉस क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम देयर. हाउ, व्हाई, व्हाट वी कैन डू, व्हाट वी आर नॉट डूइंग राइट नाउ यूजिंग योर टेक्नोलॉजी. Definitely. So that's the need of these kind of sessions, because the awareness is the first thing. Let the people also understand that what this technology can do. Once they'll understand, then only we'll get the business, and then only we can develop the solution for you. So moving to Karthik, like you have already mentioned that how this AI technology is being integrated into the workflow of your company. But again, as I told you, that the reliability completely depends upon the accuracy of the data on which you are developing these decisions, AI-based decisions. So how you manage or how you ensure that how reliable this data is?
So I hear a lot people talking about accuracy. The first thing first, see, in processes where humans were involved, 100% accuracy was not even guaranteed there as well. There was always a chance of human error. So this hyper focus on having 100% accuracy right from day one, that's something which we need to get over on it. We have to accept that when you hire humans also to do work, it takes time for them to get accurate. Same goes with AI as well. The best part is that AI learns if using methods like reinforcement learning, it can, even if it starts with say 75-80% accuracy, it can get to 90%. Now, when we build solutions, during the design time itself, there are methods, there are frameworks that you can use. There's a lot of synthetic data generation that you can do to ensure that there is enough accuracy, and both accuracy and reliability, right at the design phase itself. The models themselves, see, Sam Altman had said back in October that, don't worry about accuracy. I'm spending billions every month to improve it, and I'll get there. You can assume that the accuracy will get better. You can start devising solution around it. And October, it's been 6 months that he said that, and accuracy has actually increased leaps and bounds even since then. So after you have built a solution where if you've started to achieve an accuracy of 80%, deploy the solution, do not start using it in mainstream operation from the first few months itself. Observe it, provide feedback to it. It will get to a place where you'll start seeing as good accuracy as humans do, right? And you also have to understand that there are scenarios where there was no way to do things as of today because of the volume of data. Like, you have terabytes of information. It's impossible for humans to at all process them. So if you can at least build some solutions which can give you results 8 out of 10 times right, and if there are no false positive, can actually achieve something which you couldn't do it today.
Thank you so much, Karthik. So here I would like to add, like from a geospatial background, for us, the base data is the foundation data. And foundation data means all the 14, 15 thematic layers. For example, the land parcels, what are the land parcels, what's the road network, what's the building footprint, and all those things. So I would just like to add on that under National Geospatial Policy of India, which is announced in 2022, Government of India is actually developing this GDI, Geospatial Data Hub, where they are generating these thematic layers at national level. And they are developing the standards, a specific standard for each layer. And that layer, like everyone will be benefited. That will be open for citizens, and even the startups will be benefited because they can use that accurate and authoritative national data for building in their solutions. So this is one initiative which I think that it's good, and very soon we'll be able to benefit out of it. Now moving to Dr. Bakshi, so considering the GSI extensive use of geospatial data and field operations, how you see that AI and ML based data analysis is actually transforming the mineral search and the data collection in the remote and the high risk terrains specifically?
Thank you. Before I start on that, I would just like to say, I'm happy to know that two are from ITC. Our present Director General of GSI is also from ITC for 12 months. You know? Yes, and then our person who is heading our disaster management, that is hazard management for landslides. We are the nodal agency for landslide disaster studies in India, and person who's heading it is a PhD from ITC. So we have many from ITC in GSI. So I'm very happy to know that two of the persons are from ITC. Anyway, now coming back to the question. As I said, earlier days, from 1851 till very recent back, we have been doing the traditional kind of exploration. We have been exploring and discovering deposits, and we're giving away to algorithms available, and with this data, we train the data set with some algorithm or multiple algorithms and come out with some targets. Use it in an ensemble way or use it individually, whatever you do it, come at a target and then test it. This is the standard procedure now. Everyone in the world is started using it. And there are some success stories apparently. Claims have been made that huge deposits have been discovered in Zambia by USGS and some deposit by Geoscience Australia and New South Wales. These are still claims yet to be confirmed. But the standard procedure has become like this. We have aggressively now started using AI in our exploration work. We have also, as I just now told you about a hackathon we have done, we invite all of you here, whoever is, including Mr. Bansal, you please participate in this hackathons. We have given you areas of 30,000 square kilometers with all kinds of data. Use it in a way you want, analyze it in a way you want with all your algorithms, AI algorithms, and find out targets. You have a geologist with you who will give you some geological inputs, but you develop your own means of doing it. And we have democratized it. We have made it available for everyone. Our data is available free of cost easily downloadable from a portal called NGDR, National Geoscience Data Repository. You just download it, use it, find out your targets, and then there's an award. Not a big award, but an award all the same, 5 lakh rupees for the first prize. So it's a good award. If you can participate, it will be very good. Now, as I said, we have been taking many items using AI/ML, also some standard conventional methods as well. I was also skeptical, as you just now said. I was also skeptical. I'm an old man, so I was skeptical about this AI business about 4 to 5 years back. But then I saw the standard conventional way that the targets which we arrived at and the one which was arrived at by AI was same. Only difference was we took about 3 to 4 years to come to the targets, and AI did it in 6 months. So there is the difference, and I am sure because of this huge cost effectiveness, it will increase more and more as time goes by. This is mineral exploration. And then survey. Survey has been revolutionized with the drone technology. We are doing it in inaccessible areas where we cannot go, physically we cannot go. We cannot do a lot of geophysical mapping in areas in Himalayas. You cannot take your instruments with you and carry over the hills. So you do it with drone-based geophysical data acquisition. And then in landslide movements, you need to have very large-scale maps. We need to have very large-scale maps to exactly mitigate a landslide hazard. So for that also we have now more and more, almost 90% of the cases using drone technology for topographic mapping of these landslides. So diverse fields. AI is entering in many fields of geoscience, not only in GSI, everywhere. And many startups are emerging. Well, startups are startups, so they need to have the experience which GSI has 175 years. That is an addition. If they can, we can team up together. We can do lots. We can do wonders. And AI is emerging. We are waiting for one big discovery to happen. Then I think AI will establish itself as the method in exploration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So moving on to Professor Parihar. So how, although you have mentioned a bit that how academic is, but the question is that how you see academic research specifically contributing to the development towards the adoption of these AI technology into various sectors.
I would definitely like to say that, of course, I'm hopeful. That's the reason I took the, laptop in my hand, because I wanted to showcase to you that we have places, even in India, where this is showcasing that it's making a difference to the young minds. Ultimately, it's not only Modi ji who says that we have the youngest population. If we all train this young population, I think so, we can not only help India, but we can help the world also. Because of the speed and because of the making use of large data, big data, what we're talking about. Today also, in agricultural precision with purpose, what we have is IITs and agricultural universities are collaborating on AI drones. And we have cases, we have universities, even in the North Zone, Punjab and Maharashtra, where the course is being taught and students are benefiting from it. And also, for disaster, this thing, we have NITs. It's not only IITs, NITs and ISRO are collaborating with UAV networks for emergency response in earthquake-prone and Himalayan zone areas. And what you were talking about is but the point is that how many? What sector? Similarly, in urban planning also, we have IIT Hyderabad and so many other places which are talking about urban settlement and making the difference that they're doing it. We also have virtual space labs. But they all are so less. Then we also have the technologies of NASA's EYES and ESA EduSpace which are using. We have drone blocks which are there, but are we using it or not? MIT and all those Harvard and other places which are using it. My question now is, when I said I can go on and on and on, and I can tell you that these are pilots where success stories are mapped, and if I get a WHO project or some other project, I would be writing a beautiful article and showcasing it's actually happening. My request to each one of you, the one who is here, we use big data, we use high resolution data. Today the data has become more granular, and sir is forcing you to come to anything, it's democratized, the data availability for the but my question is it actually democratized? Today people are afraid when it comes to this, and ornamentally, yes, accurate. AI starts with A, it's accurate, it's automated, accuracy is of high resolution. B is also there, not stopping at A, B, C, D. B, it's a brain. Brain in all those, in hardware, which is taking decision. There's a difference. Earlier, remote sensing was, when we said remote sensing, we said sensing something from the distance. If you remember your own object, area, and phenomena. Today, it is not only observing and just mapping, it's also analyzing. So, I mean, even the training sites are talked about just now. This is training site with high, possibility, which is possible. But are we teaching our students? I would like to tell each one of you, today's generation is very smart. They want to learn more and see also. Though Karthik talked about that cost will come down, but relatively cost, and if you look at the volume of the data that it's mapping and it's making use of and you're saving money, it's very much there. And of course, you can have intelligent decision making, what I said D. Like, the decision making would be intelligent. Decision making would be large sample. Nobody's going to ask you that if you're making hypothesis, what's going to be the data set, what's going to be the volume of the data set. We all make use of the spatial data and non-spatial data. It can at the same time give you all those algorithms and lovely models and the coding which is already there. When, when the presentations which are there, they all said, no, we are not creating our own models, or we are not creating the combination of all those models. List is there, and today you can just learn and make use of it. And I would like to tell each one of you, please, whichever is your neighboring university, to new education policy is vast. New education policy is giving you people like you to come. 30% of them can be, every university can have people from outside higher education system to be invited to give lectures and to teach. Have your labs there. That's something what is there. So my take is that today everything is there, but still it is missing. Because we do not want, I don't know whether we are afraid or whether we are still experimenting. Are we in the experimental stage? Let's decide in 2025. Or like Sustainable Development Goal in 2030 will do it. Or are we still poor, each one of us, struggling to get individual awards in this session to showcase this is what I'm doing? Or the lovely startups which are going ahead and creating the way forward. Education sector needs a support, women needs a support, elder population needs a confidence. Please give them all this.
Thank you so much, Professor Parihar. So the last question with Bharti. So as you are from the mobility and the smart logistics sector, so I just want to ask that with the growing convergence of this AI technology, how you see these innovations are reshaping the future of this specific sector, the mobility and the logistics sector specifically?
As I said, applications are the core thing. Today we are seeing, the cost is definitely declining. I concur my views with Karthik. And when we talk about...
Your microphone is...
So thanks. In today's world, when we are talking about applications, especially the corporates, the business world, how they consider is what was my cost of doing it earlier, what is my cost of doing it today. And from that perspective, if I see, our costs are definitely declining. We have limited choice, either to do it this way or to do it this way. When we are converging AI, when we are converging drone technologies in the mobility sector, our costs are definitely coming down when we use AI and converged technologies than the conventional ways of working. Okay? So today we are using convergence of asset management, linear asset management as we call it, because it's a linear mapping. The drone and everything, they are helping us reduce the costs of supply chain, helping us make better cars at a lower price. They are helping us reduce the cost of procurement because the inventory turnaround times are becoming better and better. Similarly, when it comes to customer experience, I'll give you an example. Maruti is creating an ecosystem where they have a lot of customers who are just calling up, and these customers are talking in English, they are talking in Hindi and Tamil mix, they are talking in Tamil and English mix, and they have like sitting on gazillions of such call records, because when you call the customer care, your calls are getting recorded. gazillions of customer calls, the data that they are looking, there is huge intelligence, huge customer behavior that is hidden in those applications. There is huge feedback which is hidden in those applications. Manually, it is impossible to hear them. AI is coming to their rescue. They are using AI, generative AI, to make out what the customer feedback is, how the customer feedback is evolving, how the customer feedback changes from festival to festival, season to season, you know, how the customer feedback changes from long weekend to long weekend, at the time of procurement to 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line. At the time of accident versus at the time of gifting. So all those information is available, which is helping the organizations make it better. Similarly, they are also making their, in the COVID times, all the supply chains were broken. Today, they are telling their own suppliers, like Maruti is a big consumer of aluminum, steel. So they are working with their suppliers to get the entire back-end visibility that, okay, in the festival time, if I have to start making so many cars, will you be able to supply me with so much of aluminum and steel? And where is that visibility coming from? So all these applications are making a difference. Conventional ways, two new ways, costs are coming down, the expertise levels are rising in the people. Expertise levels actually have never been an issue. India is today sitting on the biggest talent pool in the earth for AI and GIS sector. So that we are sitting on the biggest talent pool. Absolutely not a problem. You ask anybody, there will be a breed of entrepreneurs who will come up and give you all kind of solutions. So for us, it's really, really the exciting times. Now, when I talk to my colleagues in public sector, they find it a little challenging. I'll tell you the reason is change management. And change management, especially when it comes to human behaviors, is always the most critical thing. So when they say that in urban planning, we had given multiple municipalities the data on where all the encroachments are standing. That's a simple example, so that the roads can be widened. But data is there. Information is there, but is our public sector officials empowered enough to go and start removing those encroachments? Because it's a complicated legal process. So public sector today, when it comes to nucleus solutions like Sir is using for GIS, Mr. Bagchi, these are really great. But when it comes to people-facing public sector implementations of AI, it's not just India. The whole globe is lagging, and lagging badly. And I'm not sure if even in 15 years from now, that thing will change.
Thank you so much, Bharti, and I completely agree, because what we are facing in Gujarat, when it comes a matter of resurveying of the land records, it becomes a matter of political agenda. And
Can I just add before you invite this thing, I'm so happy you said nuclear is a reality, but when it comes to people friendly, there'll be a problem. And but of course there'll be a problem. She is not hopeful 15 years ahead. I, like a die-hard teacher, I'm very hopeful. Why I'm hopeful? I'm teaching in France since 2015. Every year I go there and teach for a month there. What people out here, it's not that we have lot of people who are skilled, and attitude of Indians is so good. We are ready to learn anything that's new, and in case if that can generate profit. And we all know how to, I'm not saying it's a good thing or bad thing, that would be a different debate altogether. But my question is, we are ready to learn 24/7, provided there is a supporting system to hold my hand and to guide me. And I want to tell each one of you, and I want to request each one of you, the one who's here, and us also, that please get into this, and next 10 years or next 5 years, you will be ruling the world. Those people in the developed countries, population is elder. They do not have young population. They do not have it actually. And they're complacent. We'll get a job for sure, as I'm telling you an experience from a European, my own experience. So you all can definitely rule that world, provided you become skilled, you become confident, not in a biased way. You have to remove bias. For me, I have problem with the bias. I have problem with the, like even a data set is saying that, like, the one that's there, AI, in case if it's capturing also, whoever is putting input for that matter are largely male-driven people. And the male-driven people, they do not have that emotional component. We all talk in a parivar. We all say that there are 14 sexual orientations. Ultimately, when it comes to decision-making, it is a human-driven decision-making.
Sure, ma'am.
Who is going to decide that?
Yes.
That's the challenge. Help,
Thank
hold,
you.
and give hug
Thank
to
you.
youth.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So I've got the signal to close the panel now. So I'll just close the panel by saying that the summation is we have everything, and we have a very ambitious goal of our government to have a national digital twin by 2035. And definitely that cannot be attained without drone, geospatial, or AI, or any other allied technologies, be it blockchain or be it big data analytics. So we are moving in that direction. But yes, everything has to be solution oriented, because at the end, the technology is to be used by the end users. Like one of my friend asked that will farmer pay for AI? No, farmer will not pay for AI. But imagine if you can develop an application, because they need solution in an application ready format, and every farmer can use an application on their mobile through which they can analyze their field, which is the specific area where they need to use the fertilizer and the pesticides. So farmer will not pay, farmer will be the user, right? He will be benefited, but you will be paid by other organization for such kind of work. Yeah.
Just throw a challenge to one of the person who is sitting here. I just saw an exhibit there that he has got AI-driven vehicles. So just throwing a challenge for you, I talked with you also. We had two tunnel disasters, one in Silkyara in Uttarakhand, one in the SLBC in Andhra Pradesh, where there was a collapse, tunnel wall collapse, and few people got trapped and many died. I'm giving you a challenge, throwing a challenge at you. Develop an AI-based vehicle, will go in and extract the muck and come out, because that is the one difficult thing for any person to do physically. Ultimately, we depended on rat hole miners to do it. That also they risk their life to do it. So if we can develop, you're almost through with the development of AI-based vehicles. So develop it a bit further, add an extractor into it, so that you can extract the muck out of it. And if you can do it, it will be a great contribution to this country. Thank you. For us, disaster management also.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sonam, over to you.
Amazing insights by all the panelists. I believe we have discussed on all the various sectors that drone, geospatial, and space sector covers, be it climate, be it GSI, be it the space sector, be it disaster management, be it, what do I say? I think each and every sector, be it the geological or mineral mapping that we have, be it the academic sector, as Mrs. Parihar mentioned, that the academic sector has not been progressive yet, but I would like to introduce someone from the academic sector in a moment. I'll let you know what that person has done in his sector. So just closing in this session. We definitely require a better understanding on how the government, academic, and the industry are combining together and growing in this drone and geospatial as well as space sector. And I want this discussion to continue in the roundtable session as well, and for the year long, and definitely for the next years to come. I want you all to coordinate with us in the next sessions. For now, we'll be introducing a younger generation who is active in the advanced technologies. Just closing for this, I want the facilitation to be done. Sir, Raj. Raj, sir, I would like to invite Raj, sir, on stage. Ma'am. Sir, please. Just 2 minutes. We'll start off with Dr. Joyesh Bakshi, Additional Director General, Geological Survey of India. Next up, we have Dr. Shivangi S. Sumvanshi, Center Head, CAG, CRDF. Next up, we have Professor Dr. Seema Parihar. Next, we have Bharti Goyal-Man, the VP Volkswagen. Next up, we have Karthik Bansal, the CEO and Head of Engineering, CAW. He had presented the keynote as well as he has joined us in the panel. So we'll be presenting him. Huh. Thank you, everyone. You guys can join us here. Once, okay. Medhansh Kumar.